Great Gods War prior events.
Ryder, you stop feeling a heartbeat.
Then we go up north.
I ascend and I head north.
Difficult. But since it is rolling fields, you spot a group of 4 individuals. And you would recognize them.
Everyone sees me looking into my bag and taking out a piece of paper. I have a note here I found. It's a Karis.
You will stop all of this, and you will liberate everyone. Please promise me that you will. And then come find me in hell after I kill Maximilian.
Great Gods War Call.
I'm gonna fucking die. Felix.
Jacqueline Ash River, at your service, and I will probably kill him.
Rexer is here.
That was so charming. Ryder Hopkins, not gonna be as charming, but somewhat.
And the Gopher.
And I am the DM. Welcome, everyone, to Misroll Adventures, where the players make plans and horribly execute them. If you haven't seen the last episode, I suggest you do that, because this is obviously going to involve tailoring to what happened last episode.
Zacchaeus is dead!
Never. There is no
Spoilers!
constant story. It's just go every other day.
Gopher's right here, though.
Spoiler alert. He's not.
Hey, Gopher.
We have spoilers?
Yeah, he just said spoilers. Because if you haven't seen the last episode, you wouldn't know what Ryder just said.
That's true.
Anyways, in the last episode, the group had finished off the Orcish settlement, or the Orcish encampment, that was used as a scouting division. In the fight, however, Zacchaeus went off on his own to chase after an individual who then properly stabbed him, and he bled out against the wall. Suffering the loss, they decided to retreat back to the ship, where Jacqueline and Bina presided, as Jacqueline went back to protect it from the possible scouting that the encampment was going to do, which it did. Before they found the scout, though, Bina confessed to Jacqueline that Quinn is not there. Quinn used the opportunity to gather information on her own part due to the circumstances leading up to the traveling. So she stayed back at Zakara instead of going along the ship. When the group returned, they returned with Post-Mortem, who was effectively kidnapped, and they flew him to a designation of where the remainder of their troop resided.
I mean, we were more just flying, happened to pass them by.
That's true. It was more so just convenient, and Post pointed it out. In the hilltops, the wide expanse of grassy plains, they decided to bury Zacchaeus at the top of a wide hill, with a tombstone prepped, burial set in stone. The same man with red flowing hair and pale white skin, cold to the touch, appeared beside them. And there was a brief moment of passing between words that were sent and knowledge gathered as the individual brought forwards the specter of Zacchaeus and went on to talk about the same dagger that Zacchaeus used to slay his mother was used to slay himself. Not sure of the following that came from that. The entity allowed Zacchaeus to bestow his will onto a single individual, which he promptly chose as Jacqueline Ash River. Being the sole recipient of this, her vision of the word of power that she was forced upon seemed to have widened, and she was able to see the words of powers of those amongst her. With final parting words, Zacchaeus vowed to kill Maximilian, and his spectral form turned to stone, vanishing amongst the breeze. And that's where we come to. So, everyone.
Whoa, initiative.
Oh no.
No.
I go for, oh no.
What the fuck? What is this? This isn't the right song. What the hell?
I think the DM's fucking up.
The
Sounds like that SpongeBob jellyfish song.
No, it wasn't at all what it was. Weird.
I can't hear it. So
I mean, yeah, it was. It wasn't that, but it wasn't far from it either. Let me just change it to this instead. And that should be right. Okay, I guess not. I will change up the song, for God's sake. Here we go. I'll do this. This'll work. Because it's the direct fucking link.
missing link.
Okay. So, in these moments with the breeze flowing through the air, the red-haired individual with pale skin turns to look at all of you, and eyes still glowing with red, and the flames trickling down the back of the red hair. I'm sorry for your loss. This was unexpected, as I sought to see this occur after saving your friend there, looking over to Gopher. But, as I said before, the words spoken here, in the very moment of this occurring, swayed me some. It was something I haven't seen much of, given the current circumstances of the world. So, I'm staying true to my word. Though Zacchaeus is gone, his soul resides within you, Jacqueline. Had I not done this, Maximilian would have brought him back, over and over and over again, to finish the task set before him by Maximilian. This would not have come. He would have been tasked to slay me, and that would not have happened. So going out on his own terms, as he so wished, this was the best situation. Zacchaeus is both dead and not. if his soul were to be released from you, Jacqueline, Maximilian would claim it and soon bring Zacchaeus back, but not as himself, as a mindless thrall to accomplish something that was set before him, something that will not be coming to pass. So, Jacqueline, I wish you the best of luck, because now you live for two.
Makes it sound like she's pregnant.
Yeah, it sounds like she's
That was
pregnant.
that was the intention of the words, yes.
Oh.
But my other gift to the rest of you is, as I've been a watcher over the war and the past war, I know a great deal of what this war will come to bear. Amongst you, in unison and collectively, you may ask me a single question regarding anything. And if I know it, then I will answer you. And I have a fair understanding that I will know what you ask. Think on it. If you cannot come up with one in this exact moment, I'll be back, and you can ask then. But the information that I hold may be important to you now. I suggest you all come to unison and come to a unanimous decision on what question to ask. Because this is something that those of the material plane do not ever have the access or privilege to know. If you cannot come to a decision now, then I will return, after you save your friend. In the meantime, I will leave you to mourn. And he walks, the hair kind of like lessens and the flames trickling down vanish as the eyes turn back to that silvery spiral, effectively. And he walks down towards Post and the rest of the troop, effectively.
Nobody got any ideas?
We got one question, and this is very important. I know what question I want to ask, but it's probably not very helpful towards everybody here.
Well, let's hear it. May at least help generate ideas.
Speaking from the waist of
Zatan.
Rex, Zatan's words ring out. He's intending to find our target.
Okay.
Well, if we can't come up with any other question by then, we can go to
Yeah.
that.
This
But we have
is-
time to think about it until we save Gopher.
This is important. Finding Zulusk is effectively going to affect this war. But I understand that this is a selfish question, as it will directly only affect Rex and I. But that is an option.
And it is an option we may take. Because I'm trying to think of a way to word this question to try to allow us to finally understand Tiamat's goal in true. Because that's the one thing, is we are and always have been on the back burner.
We can always ask them how to get rid of our boon. Another way besides reincarnation.
Actually, that might be the best idea there. Be kinda helpful if random stuff wasn't just happening to you guys, like, every week or so.
I hear Pikachu. I hear a creature nearby.
I hear this.
Where's that creature? I want to find it.
I feel like I have a new
Oh,
cause.
fucking Jake.
God damn it, Mom.
There's a question. Your mom wants to ask a question too.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
he's
say.
technically like, ask him this.
ask him what the bubbling flasks are.
She literally asked, "Have you started D&D?"
Well, that's our question. Answer.
Now there goes my question. Have we started D&D?
Yes. Vanishes.
No!
No!
No.
Shit.
Have you started D&D? No, you never did. God.
Is the Oddman the answer?
Where the fuck did the Oddman go?
Bina,
Where the...
Bina leans up to you, Felix. We could always ask what that thing is, too. Don't forget that.
Yes, but I am trying to think a little bigger. Well,
All
that's our
selfish as
goal,
fuck questions.
but
But this has to be
I am more
nameless,
sick and
though.
tired of being on the back burner to all of this.
That's fair.
Following trails of dust and nearly washed away footprints in the dirt.
Wait, being on the back burner, do you mean being one step behind?
Correct.
Okay. Being on the back burner means something different. I believe. But, whatever.
The meanings are close enough.
Mm.
But semantics aside.
I think we should rest. It's already getting dark out. We can talk about it more in the morning. It is nighttime,
Okay.
right?
Oh, yeah, it's dark.
Okay.
I agree with Ryder. We lost a friend, and we're not in the greatest minds right now to think of what question should be answered right now. It's best for all of us to get some rest.
Because especially tomorrow, we have to plan.
This entire time, Jacqueline's just been holding Zacharias' staff and just like looking vacantly onward and just nodding at everything.
I break away the group and start going towards the ship. Where's
I
all
do
the
too.
other-
The ship is levitated downwards. It's 5 feet off the ground, as everyone has stated for the past while. Posts in the troop are beneath it. Well, not like directly beneath it, but off to the side of it. And Tofi stayed with them while you all went to mourn. So, making your way back to the ship, the red-haired man sees you as you're approaching. Have you come up with a viable question for the mistress? Benevolent
No.
Lord.
Not yet.
Well, when you have it, you should be prepared after you rescue your friend.
And that's the next
And-
time we'll see you then.
By that time, yes. And in that moment, the hair lengthens briefly, going to the floor, and in a tuft of flame, just completely waist down, or feet up, incinerates into ash, and is gone.
Ash River.
Hate you.
Who was that? The troop cap, green, looks at everyone.
A friend we didn't expect to visit.
Well, the visit wasn't long. In that moment, one of the twins elbows Green. He goes, sorry, probably not proper time for that. What's your plan? Do you need our help?
Who's speaking?
This is Green still.
This is
Who's this
Green.
guy?
Blue.
Just as a reminder, the troop consists of Green,
Blue.
Grimoire, Lad and Lad, and then Post.
Post haste. Yeah, what happened? Never mind. Okay,
Yeah, what no.
yeah.
Forgive me. Are you guys like well, are you guys like circus people? Or a group?
Yeah.
We are performers.
We are
Performers.
performers.
I didn't really catch what you guys are. Sorry.
Roving group of performers, just going from land to land, bringing, the same thing that this entire situation could use.
Joy in spinning plates. Spinning plates on your hands and stuff.
Well, goes a little bit further than that, but sure.
I'll make you a deal, Green. How about we figure out tomorrow? All this stuff.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Is there enough room on the ship to sleep for everyone involved, or should we separate into different tents?
We have room, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Thinking back, is there enough room?
I mean, there's six hammocks, but I mean, there's plenty of space.
Yeah, there's
Also,
plenty
I
of
assume
There's the other room that's down in the cartographer's room, and then there's the long expanse with the crystal, and then there's the upper deck. So,
6 people at a time can sleep.
DM.
what?
I have a question.
Yes.
Did anyone tell Ryder yet about Quinn?
Nobody
No.
knows anything about Quinn except for you.
You haven't said
Good.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had thought so, and I was planning something, but I didn't want to look like a fool.
You are a fool.
I can't
You
say
can tell him
anything
later.
about
You're one to talk, Jordan.
Oh.
Green, we have plenty of rooms up on the ship, but for betting, it might be a little difficult for this amount of people. But we do have a lot of room on the ship.
We have our own beds. We can flop out our bedrolls, things like that. But it's just a little bit nicer and
Safer.
safer. That's a good
Yeah,
word
yeah.
for it.
It's best we have plenty of room. It's best we all stick there as much as possible in this time of age.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna still have a watch?
Probably best. We can
I'll
do a
take
mix.
first watch.
I'll join you, Rex.
I'll take second watch then.
Show
I don't have a watch.
but you're pointing.
Yeah.
All right. So going up, laying your heads down.
Hold on.
Yes. Well,
As we go up, Jacqueline just like grabs Ryder on the shoulder to kind of try to keep him behind everyone.
I stop walking, I guess, and I look.
You see that her head is still looking at the ground, and she says very low and kind of solemnly, "I know life has been kind of rough for you lately. You just lost your friend and your lover and a lot of things, and don't necessarily want to make it worse, but if I don't tell you now, I will forget. Quinn is no longer here. She jumped ship, basically, back at Zakara due to certain circumstances that we do not know. She's looking for information and answers to her questions on her own. And she did it without telling anyone. I just thought you should know.
We'll discuss this with the group tomorrow. We'll let everyone know.
Very well.
We just head back and rest. And don't worry, I'll be fine. I give her a nod.
Okay. She just slowly walks over to and up the ladder and stuff and goes to bed.
Yes.
Just like on the floor.
Yes. Yes.
You're blocking everybody's way, climbing up the ladder.
No, she goes next to the ladder and just kind of like fetal positions around the staff on the floor.
Cuddling the staff.
Yeah,
Good.
kind of. Put up and everything, and she's just kind of like laying there.
Of the troop, Green is instructing Grimoire, the Lad and Lad twins, and then Post to get rest first, and they all go down. You can see that Grimoire, when he lays his head up against it due to his drow elven nature, he begins to go into a meditative stance, unlike the rest.
Man, I used to whenever I can use to meditate.
Can't you meditate again?
Nope.
Oh,
No, even though he
on.
gave up Drem, he can't.
Nope.
Oh,
he gave up Grim?
Yeah, a while ago. That's how he's a full bard.
yeah.
Oh.
I didn't realize Drem's need for sleep was permanent.
Oh, well.
But
Oh, whoa.
Green goes up top deck, keeping an eye out with whoever's on first watch.
Oh, great. Well,
So,
I'm a rolling a stealth check.
for
I
what?
was only to get off the ship.
Oh, okay.
I was really hoping only having to deal with Rex.
Wow.
All right, roll stealth check.
You do remember that also Jacqueline is right next to the ladder.
I know. I also
Trips over.
Shit.
Trips over.
So now there's three. You were only hoping
Yeah.
to deal with Rex, but now you have to deal with three people.
Correct.
You're not really gonna stealth past Jacqueline because she's at the ladder.
I mean, she is trying her darndest to sleep.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were trying to sleep or if you were just keeping watch.
No, she's sleeping.
Okay.
Trying
So yeah, make a stealth check.
14.
Okay. Rex, Green, will be rolling perception.
I mean, 14 beats my passive perception of 11, so.
Right. That's why I didn't ask you to roll.
I passes perception 16.
Okay.
Well,
Fuck.
As you
And
are-
I rolled a 19 though.
Shit.
Jesus.
Wait, you have a -3 to perception?
No, I have 13. Then I have +6. I rolled 19. My passive perception is 16.
Wait, how? Do you have the
Oh.
observant feat?
I don't know. No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just rolled it on 16. I'm like, oh,
No.
Oh, wait, you're
Tyler,
proficient and then
he's
plus 3.
Proficient.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, wait, what? I forget that it's, yeah. Okay.
Get it right.
Well, Felix, as you are making your way towards it, you can see Jacqueline's there, eyes fluttered shut and resting, and you're doing your damnedest to stay quiet, so that way Jacqueline doesn't wake
I
up.
assume
Oh
I
wait,
trip and fall off the ship.
Jacqueline?
So if there's a tie for it, who wins? The one who's trying to be stealthy or the one who's trying to suss him out?
The one that's being trying to suss them out, because what the person who's doing the stealth check is, they're setting the DC.
Okay, because my passive perception is actually 14.
Oh. All right.
So you got sussed out by everyone.
All you fuckers.
As you are doing your damnedest, Jacqueline, you can definitely hear an individual creeping up towards you. Rex, you can see that Felix is trying to tiptoe towards the ladder.
But it's like hitting it every crack of the ship, going.
I'm more assuming at this point I just trip over Jacqueline and fall off the ship.
No, you
That's
don't
being a little
fall,
sus.
but you're being sus.
It's only 5 feet. I wouldn't take damage.
Felix sus.
Well, the
Throw 'em
ship is
off.
5 feet from the ground. The ladder is still 30 feet.
You dead.
So you'd be falling. I mean, no, you'd be falling 35
No.
feet, but
That's
it would still hurt.
A lot.
What's the roll for that? What was it?
I mean, he's not falling. He's fine.
No.
But
so he's dead,
Wow.
right?
you two definitely spot spot Felix walking towards the ladder.
The difference is that Jacqueline doesn't care right now. She just goes, eh. It's
Yeah.
fine. And just tries to go back to bed.
I'll try to keep a close eye on him.
Okay. As he's off the ship and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll try to stay on the ship and just watch his movement, I guess.
Okay. Well, Felix, you get the impression that nobody's paying attention to you. So,
Nice.
and you stealth your way off the ladder. It's the moment where Jacqueline is quakes
Yeah, literally. Literally, she stirs. She goes. "Mm."
So what are you doing, Felix?
I'm walking over to the grave.
Okay. Making your way, climbing up the hill to the grave.
Making your way downtown.
The moonlight out is pretty bright. It's not full moon, but it's 3/4 moon. And so there's plenty of moonlight to see.
I'm going to kneel down and on the biggest rock of the pile towards the middle. In Sylvan, I'm going to use prestidigitation to write. Here lays Zacharis, champion of spring. And then Druidcraft the hill with fucking all the flowers.
Aww. So as you place those, starting casting your magic from your palm, hands are clasping from the emotion behind it, and you can see the writing just start to carve its way into the stone. The hilltop itself begins to spring out with all these blooming white flowers with red prawns jutting upwards in various spherical fashion around the grave. The white petals from the flowers reflecting some of the moonlight.
I start to head back.
Okay. Rex, you would see, not in great detail, but that there were flowers blooming all around Zacharis's grave, and Felix was moving a bit, and then starts coming back. Easily enough, you climb back up the ladder. Is anyone else doing anything on watch?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Time passes. A few hours go by. Nothing seems to happen. Keeping a close eye out towards the mountain to make sure there's no forces returning from it. You don't see anything. The wind picks up slightly, though still not being unpleasant. And the clouds that seem to be covering bits and parts of the moon are rotating softly, making it dim, bright, dark, shades of between. Those on second watch can come into play.
I think Jordan's the only one.
Okay.
Wow.
Grimoire would just be down. Green would go sleep as well. So, since you're the only one up, when you get up to the top, the moon is still slightly up, though at this point it's starting to lower, getting closer and closer to sunrise. Make a perception check.
Here we go. 15.
15? Okay. As you are keeping a close eye out, you're moving from end to end on the ship, looking left, looking right, trying to find anything possible if anything were to be a threat. And as you're continuously looking left and right, keeping vigilant eye over anything, you don't see anything. But you hear a familiar voice speaking out to you. One that is fairly new, though has a sinister tone. You can't trust them. None of them know what's going to come. You'd be better off either on your own or killing them yourself. They're going to get you killed.
I'm not gonna listen to you anymore. I can't listen to you anymore with what's happening. The loss of my friend. I made a promise to him.
You call him a friend, but he did nothing to you, did nothing for you.
At the end, he did reattach his ring, and I did feel how he felt. But none of it was bad. He knew he can trust me, and I can trust him. And I'm not going to be betrayed that trust anymore.
You're making a mistake.
My mistake was only bringing you into my life. I'm not going to take that anymore.
Another mistake was taking the life of your friend that brought me here. That was what you did, not anyone else.
It was me. Yes.
I'm here
Even though-
to help you.
No. You're just a voice in my head. You're just one of Tiamat's goons. And I made my promise to Zacharis. I will take out Tiamat for what she has done to our group.
You will
You
never
gonna be the
get
first
to
one.
that. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no. Ah! 18.
18. You feel an unbelievable amount of weight suddenly pressing down onto you. The moment that it hits, your shoulders are pressed down into the sole of your chest, and your grip on what you're trying to hold on to, if you were, is extremely difficult, and you clasp your hands shut. Forcing yourself through it, you lift your head up, and you can see the visage of your new acquaintance as of Zakara. Their entire form is starting to vibrate softly. Their eyes turning to multiple shades of different chromatic colors.
You're not real. You're not real. Get out of my head.
I'm just as real as anyone you've known.
No. I'm putting a promise to Zakaris. For everyone who's died, for everything we've been through, I will make sure I'll see it through.
With that, you feel the energy of your ring for a brief moment just tighten. And when you open your eyes, the image is gone, the weight is relieved. You don't see them, you don't hear them. They're no longer there.
I go over by the edge of the ship to look at Zakaris' grave. I'm not going over to the grave, I'm just gonna look at it from the ship and just say, I know you haven't passed your word on to me, Zakaris, but I will see this through for the both of us. And if not, I'll be there in hell waiting. I'll be in hell with you, taking out Maximilian. So at least we've done something right. And I grasp onto the ring he had, and I put it into my bag, and I walk back to take watch.
Okay. I mean, you're still up there, so your walk back isn't exactly
Oh,
very far.
That's true. That's true.
But
I guess I'll just keep watching.
yeah,
then,
keeping
yeah.
a close eye out. Nothing seems to happen. And as time passed, was somebody taking third watch? Was that a thing?
I think we didn't sell that. So we sold for first and second.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, nothing would happen.
Yeah.
So you're so far out. There's nothing out here that's going to be a threat to you.
There's a cow over on the hill to the right, though.
That cow is Tiamat.
Oh no, a wild deer came in. Start hitting the boat.
Eventually, time passes, and you all wake up, fully rested, relaxed, except for Gopher.
Gopher. Oh no.
Go.
Gopher,
Go.
you hear in the back of your mind, You felt what it was, that energy, that way of life. This is the prime.
That's the
Optimus.
You'll feel the need to use it again. And when you do, you will feel joyous, powerful, almost godlike.
Are you talking about your power?
Of course. At this moment, you have have tasted but just a simple part. The more and more that you use my gift, you will feel more energized and alive than any other. And you wake up.
Oh, sweet.
You are 2 maximum hit points down.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your maximum at right now?
Normal.
Maximum is.
I think you're down in the 30s now.
Yeah, I think
Oh
it's
my.
fine. I think it's
You were-
36.
Oh my god, you're lower than me. That's saying a lot.
This is fine. This is okay.
This is fine.
But Jordan, remember, he can essentially double it.
No. I'm at 38.
38. Okay. I was
So at 39. So lower than Jordan.
No! I'm kidding.
I mean, but Max is technically right.
Shut
He
the fuck
does
up.
technically have like
Get it, Ash.
76.
Did I ask for your opinion?
Yes.
Oh.
Anyways, waking up fully rested, apart from Gopher, you all see the sun rise, and everyone is up, looking out. You can see Green is there stretching in some positions, post up along the rim of the ship. What's everyone's plans?
Well, I'm just gonna go up to the middle and just say, "Morning, everyone. Did you all sleep well?" And I look around.
Oh, it's been normal.
Yeah.
With a little
Jacqueline?
struggle.
With everything that's been happening, it's been, well, all things considered.
Take that as a no, which is understandable. But now it's time to think, well, what's our next plan, our next move? What our next move is, what we're going to do about the question. A lot of things we can still do.
The
Yes.
question, well, he said he would return after we save our friend.
Yes.
So, first course of action is getting that Omnis Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still, we lost one to it, unfortunately.
Which is another thing I was going to need to bring up with everyone. So, Jacqueline has informed me that, how can I say this without sounding too blunt? What's her name again? Quinn, right?
Quinn.
What was it? Yeah.
As he's saying this, I look at Bina kind of with a slightly apologetic.
She has her eyes closed, her hands are clasped.
I'm looking at the five people we don't know we're bringing this up around.
Yes.
They are questioning other friends.
Quinn is not here anymore. Apparently she left when we landed in Sakura. Apparently doing her own investigation. Which is bad, obviously, but
Yes, it's
From-
bad.
I
But
mean,
I'm kind of proud of her doing her own thing, trying to keep her own goal.
I would have liked to set her up with the 2 clerics we met,
yes.
but otherwise I'd rather have her there than here.
She still has my deck of many faces, right?
Yes.
She does.
Okay, good. Well, honestly, this is okay. Especially all that's been going on. She shouldn't be around to witness all of this. She's just trying to get information.
She is also safe, as Felix said. Probably
Yes.
safer in
Correct.
Zakara as than she would be here.
Yes.
Yeah, I have confidence enough she can take care of herself as well.
She's a smart girl.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
Yes. By one point, it's I wish we would have been able to set her up with the 2 clerics who worshipped the god of knowledge and truth.
But that's all for that news. Once we finish with our business here, we'll head back to Zakara and look for her. But for now, let's think what we're going to do next. Tofi,
Well, the best course of action would be to save your friend.
yes. By doing that is by looking for that gem or whatever.
Which is going to be in the Orcish settlement. It's, by this point, probably well guarded, on guard, and they're expecting.
Are you welcome there by chance, Tofi?
No.
Or
I
so
fled.
getting to the settlement would be harder than it looks.
From the camp that we attack, how far is from the settlement? I'm assuming it's probably that close from the
It's
settlement we attack.
roughly... It's
If I
roughly
remember.
taking about... It's another mile's travel into the mountains, which can vary depending on the weather. Normally, it's roughly about an hour, if I recall.
Is it almost the same though as the camp we attack, or higher up on the mountains?
It's higher.
That might be even, that's more difficult to hear.
I have a feeling because of the elevation, the same tactic we used at the camp won't work there.
What, using, what's those creatures called?
The bullets?
The bullets to help us.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because what Tofi said, the settlement's probably a lot bigger than that camp, correct?
It is. I was going
So,
to bring that up.
A couple of bullets are just going to get destroyed if they walk in.
They won't travel there. Bullets have recollection in a similar understanding of manpower. If they were to attempt to breach the camp and attack, as you said, they would be very quickly extinguished. Much faster than what happened in the tribal, in the scouting settlement.
And we're trying to go in head first and get a stone from.
That's not going to
Toss.
work. Going head
Okay.
first in is going to get us all killed. There's
We need to change
more,
our plan.
more powerful individuals, bigger space, and this time we won't have the element of surprise.
They were expecting something to show up.
And there's another situation.
That is,
They brought a very large creature there recently.
Good.
do you know of this creature?
They're referred to as an Etten.
Can I roll an intelligence check?
Well, he's
Can I
about to
do the
talk
same?
about it.
Ah.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
It's a two-headed gargantuan of a creature. They're massive, toppling over walls. They themselves stand nearly 20 feet tall. To put it in perspective, that's a similar distance from traveling to the ground to my hidden camp. They'd be able to look through it without having to touch it. And they brought this individual there, barred in chains and bound. I don't know what they're planning with it, but they're going to have it there.
They're going to have it there. You're saying it's not there yet?
Well, I would imagine it's there already. This happened a few weeks ago. I'm saying
Then we just
it's going to be there when we are there.
They're not going to be taking it for a walk, Ryder.
when you saw that creature bound with chain. Was it magical?
I didn't get close to look at it. I would imagine it needed something more than just metallic chains to lock it up with.
So they're forcibly using its power? Then?
I don't know what they're doing with it. It might not even be there anymore. But I'm just saying this is something that I saw weeks ago.
So can I roll to see if I know anything else?
Sure, go ahead.
I have a feeling with a 15 the answer is no.
Apart from them being giantkin, they're usually very selfish creatures and not those that would work alongside others. They even have more difficulties. They have difficulties coming to terms with their own two different heads. They seem to be at odds sometimes and can bicker between their own self.
I relay that on top of what Tofi said. So there's potential if we do have to deal with it to
I mean-
possibly get the heads to fight.
That's if we can find if it is still there, and we can find it, and somehow break it loose.
I was more feeling like if we had, when we get there and they try to send it against us, we just make the heads deal with each other and we deal with the orcs. And hopefully don't have to deal with it too.
Even if we had to deal with the orcs, I think it would be almost impossible from what Tofi said. There's a lot of
Correct.
Well, we attempted to fight approximately a dozen, maybe a little bit more, and that was with 2 bullets on our side. The Orcish camp is easily going to have possibly 5 times the number that we fought. In addition to being on guard.
I look over at the troop. Have you guys ever been to this orc settlement before?
We travel where it's easy. We don't go anywhere, especially up mountains, to perform. So no, we've never been up there. If you showed us the way, we'd be more than able to be there. But none of us are exceptional fighters.
What?
Who left?
Gopher. Go. You good, Gopher? Good, Gopher.
But we're not fighters by any means. We can provide a distraction at most. But
How about we can sneak into the camp with you guys, pretending to be a part of your troop?
no.
Maybe they'll let you
No.
in.
No.
I put my hand on Ryder's shoulder. We are not going to send 4 individuals we barely know to their graves.
5.
Let me
Fine.
point out something to you,
Not
Ryder.
going to happen.
We're not dealing with civilized people right now.
This is a war tribe of orcs. Ones that attacked my peaceful tribe. Well, my more peaceful tribe of orcs.
I have the slightest feeling that this might be descendants, if nothing else, a similar group of orcs that attacked my kingdom as well. seeing as they're so close. I do not want any person besides us who have to go in and deal with them. This troop,
Tofi.
this circus troop, no offense to you lot, but they have nothing to do with it. They would be less than worthless, and would just end up dying for nothing.
I mean, the most capable one would be Post, but, no. Let's be honest here. Post is still very new to magic. And, I mean, he's 7.
To be fair, he did fare better than quite a few of us in camp combat.
I didn't say anything, but something happened to me. I don't know what. There was magic that I was able to use that was far stronger than anything I've done before. So
It wasn't just the magic in nature in the air right now. The wild magic, was it?
no, I don't think so. It feels different, but other than that, I didn't do anything to me, I don't think.
Tofi, would you know anything about magic enhancement in here near the orc settlements?
None. There shouldn't be any. The most magical thing in this entire orcish settlement, at least when I was a part of it, was my father's forged gauntlet, or forged shoulder piece. That's the only bit of magic that our entire camp had.
What happened to that what happened to this gear?
It was the same when my father vanished. It vanished with him. That's one of the reasons why I'm here.
To look for him.
To look for. Well, not look for him. To look for the piece. People
You're
vanished.
not concerned about your father?
People vanished from our camp for a fair amount of time before my father decided to leave. And when we both decided to leave, that's when he vanished, leaving behind his forge. The forge is a part of our family's tradition, and he would never have left it. Not for any reason.
Did you get attacked shortly after he disappeared?
No, because I fled, leaving the forge and leaving everything behind. The moment that he disappeared, I imagined I wouldn't be far behind that.
So you don't know the exact moment when they got attacked?
This was under the guise of the war tribe's discretion. We were attacked far before any of this happened. They took control of our camp. That's what I said before.
So they already had control when the people started disappearing.
Right. We didn't find any bodies or anything. Didn't witness any brutalized attacks or anything like that. They just started to vanish.
Well, Jacqueline, if you think this is the group that attacked your home, and we assume that group is working with the Cult of the Dragon, people disappearing isn't unusual for them. They were taking people in Waterdeep and experimenting on them.
So you're saying this is involved with a cult?
If everything we assume is correct, yes.
Basically, there might be more than a two-headed giant and a bunch of orcs at the camp.
Yeah.
We're talking undead, experimented creatures.
While you're talking about that, Jacqueline, I walk closely and whisper in your ear. If you have Secura's power, you mind touching what's that many character again?
Post?
Hey, time.
Post?
Time.
What?
Time.
What?
They wouldn't. Would they know about that?
Nope.
Would
No.
Rex actually know that Yeah, I
thought-
just
I thought-
got something from Zakaris.
Oh, then they knew about the power that
Yeah.
Zakaris had.
I know, but do they know that I got that specifically? Was that said? I don't think it was.
I don't
Think
think it
it was
was. No.
I'm just gonna assume because like, yep, you're carrying 2 lives because the person says. So I'm assuming.
I would assume you were pregnant.
Pregnant with
So I'm
Zakaris.
assuming Jake.
Zakaris' child. Who knows what they could have done? Like, Rhino was in a state of depression for the longest time. Who knows what could have happened?
Zakaris
So-
being reincarnated through his own kid.
If this is way out of character, then I'll say just
No, I mean,
forget.
it's a fair assessment based off of the circumstances. I'd allow it to ask at the very least. You don't know if Jacqueline has that power.
I do think it was stated though.
Was it? I don't remember.
I think it was stated by Mason after the session was over.
No, I thought
He
the
was
lady
like-
stated it.
Well,
I
okay.
don't remember what it
Regardless,
was.
you're allowed to ask. So
So I'll put it in perspective of where, like, I'm assuming Jake, or yeah, that
Jake?
you might have his power.
Who's Jake?
Jacqueline,
She's just slightly staring above your head.
okay.
Damn.
It's something that you cannot see.
Zakaris.
It's worth a shot.
That bird is really far away.
Okay, I see this point. She's just ignoring me completely. So I'll just step away then, and just think of a plan to get inside the fortress.
What is your plan after all this is done, Tofi?
I want to reinstate our peaceful orcish civilization into communities again. Individuals like this war tribe are the exact reason why we have bad image. They don't speak for all of us. They don't act for all of us. And I want to ensure a future for our kin.
Could you initiate a right to possibly take leadership?
The only way that would be possible is in regards of the tradition between tribes is that there are favors entitled to certain degrees. And one of those favors is, well, one use of those favors would be to challenge the tribe's leader to take its position. This is a challenge decided by the leader. So it could be a fight. They could just choose to not do anything physical. Although, due to his aggression, I'm sure it would be something like that. But to initiate a right, I need to have some amount of favor. And I'm not going to have that, especially as I ran.
Do you have any more followers of your tribe, or are they all gone?
No, they're all gone. To reinstate the Orcish civilization, I would need to have some minuscule amount of control. There are children, so obviously if raised in a certain degree, they potentially would come under my following. But they were born.
Don't take too long.
Right. This is more so after the fact, not before. Bringing in an ancient rite, especially to them, I don't even know is going to matter. I doubt that there are individuals who care much about tradition.
The way how I see it, my point of view, doesn't look that way either.
What do you
So-
think, Jacqueline? Oh, wait.
She's minding her own business.
Just staring up
doesn't-
above you.
So all we've got is a head-first assault into certain death.
Do you have a layout, or do you know the layout of the base? Or
I feel
no?
like they might have changed it, but I can give you a rough idea.
That will do. If it's a rough idea, at least it will give us a somewhat more insight on what should we do.
It is on a mountaintop, correct?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So, the way that I recall it, there's a bridge. I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Give me a second. He digs into the ground and is like questioning where he dug it immediately.
Digging into the ground on the ship.
Yeah, no. So he grabs from someone some parchment and a writing utensil.
My parchment, no.
We have a bridge. Underneath the bridge, there's a stream of water. The bridge is makeshift. And what just happened?
What do you do?
I don't know.
Were you trying to change colors?
No. There's a stream of water that goes underneath it. And I'm going to murder all of you. The camp is on the opposing side of it.
On this side?
Yes. There's
Okay.
mountain to this portion, and it coalesces around this portion, going along the side. Everything on this portion, on this half, is just a walkway to get to it. The only entrance is this direct bridge.
But that's also the only exit.
Correct. There were walls encompassing the sides, so that way we would be isolated. To get across the passage of river, you would have to be very far below it, and then have to climb a substantial amount of mountain on this half as well. So we've dug it into a full encampment to keep out intruders as well as protect us from possible barrage apart from the front.
You think we'd be able to do some recon if we climb up on these mountains and look at the town from above?
It's possible, although it would be very difficult to be advantageous apart
Maybe
from
we should-
seeing.
Maybe we should go and check it out first, see what we're dealing with, and then make another plan what we can do.
I mean, the hardest part is we'd have to walk there.
We could fly as close as we can get, but we can't make sure they don't
We
be
don't
alerted.
want that.
From the
I'm gonna
comment
point
that
out
we
the ship isn't gonna be necessarily workable in mountains and possibly ruined and destroyed.
Rex, what were you saying?
no. Max kind of somewhat answered my question. Yeah.
Okay.
If we could fly low enough, we don't have to worry about, hitting too much mountains, and then they won't see us from flying from a little bit below since they're on top of a peak.
It's
I beg
it's
to
not
say,
the fact that there are mountains, it's the fact that the mountains aren't correct elevation. If we hit an area that's just wrong and the crystal tips, well, the whole ship is tipped for pretty much permanently. I don't think you want to. I don't know how you feel about flying at a 45-degree angle for the rest of the journey.
It's kamikaze this palace. Just kidding.
If I'm understanding, your friend doesn't have much to live, right?
Correct.
The more time you use, the quicker he will perish, right? So if you lose the ship, then he's not going to make it regardless.
Correct. Because we need the ship for sure to get back to heal him fast enough. We ain't gonna make it there fast enough on foot.
We ain't gonna make it.
Then I guess our best option was just to walk to that mountain peak to take a look at the town.
We can try looking for somewhere else to land the ship, though.
Yeah, somewhere close enough, but not too close and not anywhere dangerous for the ship.
From that site the campsite from the orcs that we attack, is that big enough for the ship? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, not to like land, but to hover.
But then we don't know if anyone's going to be over there right now because there was a camp.
It might be occupied again, just fill up, just to be saved.
I have my doubts that they're going to fill up the scout area again. If they know of a group that's attacking them, they're not going to divide their forces. They're going to keep unified.
So it'll be mostly going to stay at the base then, right?
They're going to keep at the base and have individuals watching. Probably
So
separated.
Then we can bring the ship to that
To that old encampment, we could use it as our own base, and then we could travel there. It will be about an hour, you said, from there. Ko-Fi?
With good weather, yeah.
Yeah. And then, how is it? Would it be hard to climb that mountain top?
Oh, it's going to be very difficult. It's jagged. There's not footholds meant for it. You're going to have to effectively
Free climb?
Free climbing would be a fair assessment, or getting to the top magically. Those are your two options. And you would have to do it before the bridge.
Yes.
Righto.
Well,
Okay.
I could send one of us up there to do a quick recon on the mountain tip. And then come down, explain the situation, how it looks. Then we could make a plan.
Jacqueline, what were you saying?
Ryder. How did you answer?
What?
Huh?
What is going on?
Just ask your question.
Okay. How long does the spells you cast on your loot last?
Just like any other spell you cast with it. About an hour.
About an hour?
Yes.
Depends on the spell.
Fly, yeah.
Flies an hour, but I think you have protection from poison, which is only like 10 minutes.
And too bad we don't have someone who can just fly at will.
I mean,
Few strings of a
I know
string.
that was my plan.
You should send someone.
Yeah, to fly, because I could send one person.
It doesn't have the person who can fly doesn't have to be him, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
He
it
did.
could be-
He did make a promise that he would get rid of Tiamat.
I did. And if this is something I would do, then I would do it.
Let's point out this: if we're sending one person up, and that's all we get, it is the person who can see the best.
Exactly my point. And my
Rex,
sight
you're
is
up.
my sight is good, but not that good.
I see. I'm completely. You don't care about me. I'm just a tool for you to use. Great.
What?
I mean, the one with the best perception is Gopher.
Is it?
Is he?
Oh, Rex has the best stealth. That's right.
Gopher has like a +9 or something to perception.
Yeah, it's a 9.
He's also the one who's currently dying. That's why I didn't choose Gopher.
But then if we choose Tophi because he already knows somewhat of the layout, but
It's 8.
Also, I need to point. I need to ask. Don't you guys have visibility too?
yes, but that would be too risky heading to a base with invisibility. If they
Or
get
is-
caught, then
Or just go.
Didn't you
Yeah.
just do that?
Just do what?
Didn't you just do that? Where you sent 2 people into a scouting division?
but that was for in a smaller encampment. This is a bigger place where more stronger people are in.
That's true.
The description we're getting of this place.
There are 2 people trying to talk. Yes, Rex.
I'm waiting for the guys to talk so I can continue talking. So
The
Max.
invisibility could work, but there are going to be a lot more people. It'll be a lot. Even though they can't see us, if they bump into us, they can feel us, and they could hear us walking.
Might I make a suggestion? I feel what Rex was talking about with the invisibility, which would make more sense, is cast invisibility. Can you cast something else on someone as well?
As long as the person who
break
hasn't cast-
concentration.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so like,
that's why.
for example, I cast invisibility. I have concentration on invisibility.
Mhm.
Ryder, with his DOS loot, casts fly.
I mean, I can't see
On-
you, so
Or just cast
you
fly
Difference
first.
in order, but sure.
yeah.
However it works, they fly over something. We don't even have to climb the Dawn Mountain at that point. They just fly over, and they can't bump into anybody.
And that's
Because
why-
even like a flying person over a mountain, they go, "What's that?" and shoot it down. Potentially, correct? I'm just looking around the room at this
Yes.
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
That could work for scouting.
Or just add combine both
How
flying and visibility.
fast does
Yes.
fly? Could they move if you used fly on them?
They just cannot attack, basically.
Flying gives you about the same movement as how much you could move. I'm pretty sure.
No,
I
flying
had that
gives you
on
like
40.
a speed of 60, I think.
Let's
Yeah,
see,
flying speed of 60.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure fly gives you a flying speed of 60.
And they both last for an hour.
Yep.
So.
Because right now that's our best chance getting to scout the area without being noticed
Yep.
and get
speed of
all
60.
the information we need.
Oh,
Yes.
fly lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, it lasts
Oh.
10 minutes.
Oh dang.
Invisibility lasts an hour. So hey,
Can you cast it on a higher level?
That just allows you to
Not
choose
from the
more
loot.
targets.
And it's on my DOS loot, so don't know the actual spell fly.
So let's sneak closely as the camp as possibly we can. Then whoever's going in cast fly invisibility on that person and quickly scout the area.
you have 10 minutes.
Yeah,
For
then
10
you have 10
minutes.
minutes. We could do that.
Theoretically
Then-
speaking, and this isn't me just being like giving out ideas, but if you're worried about like time constraints with invisibility and such, the DOS loot does have a use of invisibility as well. So when the fly runs out, you would have effectively an hour and 50 minutes of invisibility. Because the invisibility lasts an hour from Jacqueline, and then
Yes.
you'd have the DOS loot's invisibility use.
Oh. Okay. I
If
see.
you
just have
were
to
the
make
one
sure.
to go in. If you were specifically the one to go in.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we're gonna do.
Yeah, because I don't want to risk getting caught on the ground.
Because right now I'm more in favor of flying invisibility.
It's just
Oh,
who do
you
we
know what? I
send?
think we got mixed up. It also has levitate. I think that's the one that's an hour.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Really? I think that one's also only 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. It shouldn't be that long because I know I levitated in the air that one time.
You also drop like every time you use it, you drop it like immediately too.
I mean, I can look on the same page. Yeah, no, levitate's
But I mean-
also only 10 minutes.
Because right now,
I mean,
our scaling
it wouldn't
plan-
work for what we want.
Max, my dude.
Rex, what were you saying?
Because right now, if we're doing the flying visibility, this time constraint is just 10 minutes. So we gotta do it quick for that 10 minutes.
Yes.
Well, if you're only scouting, you only need 30 seconds. You go up, you see everything, and then you come back. At that point, we don't need flight. We could use levitate.
I mean, unless you want to get a closer look on the inside. I'm not sure how big their encampment is where we need to go inside to
It's
check.
not massive, but it's still bigger than the scouting.
I mean, the main thing over fly over levitate is you can move. Levitate, you're just getting height.
That's true too. So I think fly would
And
probably be
besides-
better.
They might put something in the base that could potentially be a more threat as us as well. Besides what you told us about the creature,
Mhm.
and maybe potentially another way of getting in.
I mean,
Because no matter what, there's always gonna be. You said 50 orcs, right? If I'm correct.
There could be. I don't know the exact numbers. It could be less. It could be more. From what I remember, they
We'll-
sent.
We'll assume it's 50 orcs right now,
assume the worst.
because that is the worst I'm thinking right now. And Jake wants to say something.
No, our talking over each other is atrocious today.
A little bit.
So
welcome to people debating.
Anyways.
Yeah.
If that's the plan, do we do it during the day or do we do it during night?
I want to say during the day. If we're scouting, we need to have better sight.
Then we need to go sooner rather than later. It's still going to take us time to travel to the scouting camp with this ship. It shouldn't be dangerous because of the layout where the scout area is. There's a pull-out sort of expanse of land that goes upwards and then goes back down. So there shouldn't be mountainscape there.
Alright. Then we should get moving. But first, what are you guys going to do? And I look at the troop.
Well, if it sounds like we're not going to be involved, then we'll just head out. If you need us for anything, like I said, we're not fighters, we're entertainers. We can cause distractions, we could do some sounds, make noise. That's the best we can do. Post is the only one that's even remotely capable of harmful magic. So...
potential, I could probably see them being real helpful, being with the distraction as well.
I mean, but then, again, Jacqueline doesn't want them to risk their lives for us.
I know
If-
not risking our life, but if we do the distraction, they can potentially use the ship we have right now as part of their distraction to move like some of the orcs away from the encampment.
I thought we weren't bringing the ship up to there, though.
Yeah, we're not bringing the ship over there.
That's just an idea that might help us. I'm throwing out.
I would say that's a bad idea because we have a chance of losing the ship if they catch it. And
We don't
what else?
need. You don't need to worry about us when we do a performance. Our conclusory act results in us vanishing. So if we were to use our performance as a distraction, we won't be there afterwards.
How long is your performance all usually?
Well, they usually last roughly 10 to 15 minutes, but obviously we can just cut straight to the end on whenever we feel the need to.
How about this as a plan? If Jacqueline's okay with it. You guys can go do your performance in that orc settlement, which is risky on its own, but while that performance is going on, we send in Rex with flying invisibility to scout out while everyone's pretty much distracted.
We're not going into the camp.
And more likely, they will probably just straight attack. They probably don't care about the performance.
We
They're
may be
not
good.
civilized people.
We may be good. We're not that good.
Okay.
And besides, they're high alert. So the moment they see them, they're gone. Or you're gonna go straight attack.
Then, how about this? After we get the scouting information, we can use you guys to distract the people at the front gate somehow, and then we could get in if we decide to sneak in or go straight in.
We have some magic for sure that we could use to annoy them from the front gate.
Annoy them too, and then how about bringing them towards you, maybe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll be a little bit more peeved at us than anything else. Grimoire pitches in. If we brought that, I'm sure everything will go fine.
What's that?
It's a secret for our performance. It's a little tidbit that's
Smoke bomb.
I don't like the sound of that.
Okay, so, Jacqueline, would you agree with that plan? To have them use as a distraction if we do charge in, have them distract the front guards, and then we could either sneak in or charge in.
It looks like
If we
they're
decide to
confident.
do that.
It would make
Looks like
sense
they're
to do
confident
this after. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna make a quick comment saying they're confident enough to escape without any scratches. So
I mean, this is also information that you might want to plan out once you get the scouting.
Yes. But we don't want you guys to leave yet then, if you're...
That's all you have to say. We owe you for returning post to us. We'll stay on the ship, back at the camp, or the scout, wherever you guys were at, wherever they took post. We'll stay there, and then that way you can go get your scouting. You come back, you tell us if you need us or not. If you don't, then we'll mosey on away.
Alright.
Which of you it would say has the best sailing aptitude?
None of us.
Who wants to learn to fly a flying boat?
Grimoire, it's up your tail. More things I learn about, sure. I could use it to write a good book.
go for.
Because that way, at least, if we need to make a running escape, and you guys are on this ship, someone can start flying.
I'm just imagining the Indiana Jones scene.
That means you have to fly the ship towards the mountain peak then. Where we're running from, unless...
Well, we're not bringing the ship up there.
Yeah.
So if we keep it down by I mean, it's closer than being back towards the wherever you guys came from.
For now, let's get the scouting done first.
Yeah.
And then we can make a plan.
All right.
So
And
let's head towards that orc settlement, and then we'll make our way from there.
me and Gopher will teach Grimoire how to fly.
Okay. Making your way
Downtown.
towards. I mean, you are going
Down.
south. Making your way towards the orcish scouting settlement. You are very remedially teaching Grimoire how to properly fly the ship. He has an understanding of it. You grasp that he quickly understands it and is able to mimic the movements, though he's definitely not as strong and is also not necessarily the most adept at something like this. You can tell that he's never piloted anything, let alone a horse, let alone a flying ship. But he's understanding it enough to be able to lift and then slowly leave.
Get away!
Alright, get us somebody else.
Gopher, I don't think there is anyone else.
I'm just kidding.
Go for make a clone of yourself.
That is a
Time
spell.
time for most perfect getaway.
Simulacrum, I think, is the spell that you make a
I
clone of
think we
yourself.
lost him.
That is an immediate, homunculus clone.
Yeah.
Clone is a spell also.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways. When you get to the scouting settlement, it doesn't look like it's been touched. It hasn't even been looked at. When you left,
collecting.
this is effectively the exact state that it was looked at, except it looks a little bit more grim because now all the blood that's there is grown very dull in color and hue.
But
The
we have Grimoire on the
corpses-
ship.
What?
Grim.
We have Grimoire
Aha.
on the ship.
It's looking more grim.
Grimoire. Play on my
Thank
dad.
you everyone for listening. I was gonna make this the ending of the episode, but we'll take a break here. And thank you everyone for listening. We will be back again with another misrolled adventure.
See ya.
Bye.